there have been major rewrites for the script of the 4th Captain America movie, Brave New World. Hello mates, thanks for checking out this video. Today I've got all the drama and controversy facing Captain America 4 for you. And for you wrestling fans like me, this includes the rumour that Seth freaking Rollins is out of the movie. Yeah, I know that's his old theme song, but it's still a banger. But for now, let's take a look at what the hell is going on with the production of Cap 4 and how it all affects Seth Rollins and the MCU as a whole going forward. Going forward, Marvel plans to take the approach of quality over quantity, with people feeling maybe some superhero fatigue and people feeling like projects are not as good as they could have been from being rushed out. So according to insider reports, Captain America Brave New World is not only going through reshoots, but parts of the story are also being completely rewritten. This isn't too much of a surprise when you remember that the original title of the movie has already changed from Captain America New World Order to Captain America Brave New World. Now, this isn't necessarily a cause for concern. Rewrites and even tearing up the whole script and starting from scratch has happened with plenty of movies that have turned out to be more than just fine. In fact, reshoots being scheduled aren't also even anything to do with the quality of the film or for production reasons. Louis D'Esposito, who seems to be the executive producer for everything Marvel does in the MCU,
you get the picture,
revealed in The Story of Marvel Studios, The Making of Marvel, after the first 2 Iron Man movies, we knew we couldn't get 100% right during the shoot. We tell all the actors that there's going to be additional photography sometime in the future. We give dates so they can book it out. But what are you going to shoot, we hear back? We don't know, but we know we are going to shoot.
just a straightforward shooting weekend.
However, reputable scooper Daniel Richman believes the reshoots are going to be taking place from May through to August this year in order to fix problems in the story that received a negative reaction from test audiences last year. So let's take a look at what still could be a cause of concern for Cap 4. Late last year in 2023, the first stage of reshoots for the movie were announced. It was never explained particularly why, as expected, but it was confirmed that script changes would be happening, with the consulting producer from Moon Knight, Randy Orton, no, I'm kidding, Matthew Orton, brought in to write new scenes for the movie. I already mentioned the movie's title change from New World Order to Brave New World. The rumoured reason for this change was Marvel not wanting to associate with all the conspiracies that are linked to the New World Order theory. No, not that New World Order, but look, I can't help it if everything is such an easy reference to wrestling.
Is there a secret global government with apocalyptic bunkers underneath our very feet? New World Order.
Now, the next big controversy involves the character Sabra. Now, I don't like to get too political on this channel, or at all to be honest, but I don't want to shy away from anything either, and this controversy is something that we need to address. This is of course a very light-hearted channel and indeed video, but this next segment relates to the Israel and Palestine conflict, and because that is not something that should ever be taken lightly or joked about, please consider this part of the video in isolation for the rest of the vibe. And because I want to give you all of the facts, that means sometimes we can't ignore some of the real nasty shit that's going on in the world. And this brings us to the character of Sabra. Sabra is a superhero known for working with the Mossad, aka the Israeli Secret Service. This also means her superhero costume usually has the colours of the Israeli flag. Basically think of her as the Israel version of Captain America. Now obviously, because of the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict, this has caused a lot of controversy. Many people, including myself, were just expecting this character to be axed from the movie completely, but insider reports claim she will remain in the movie, which of course has just prolonged the backlash. Marvel did release a statement addressing the situation, or rather a Disney representative did. Marvel characters are always freshly imagined for the screen and today's audience. Filmmakers are taking a new approach with the character of Sabra, who was first introduced in the comics over 40 years ago. So it's not exactly clear what Marvel's new approach to the character will be, but I'd imagine they'll not have her be part of any form of Israeli service or government. If that wasn't controversial enough, the character also has a pretty checkered comic book history. The character's name alone is a problem, given the fact that Sabra is the same name of a refugee camp that was the site of a massacre 2 years after the character debuted in Marvel Comics. Sabra also regularly fought characters with stereotypes. For example, the character of Arabian Knight, who wore a turban, carried a scimitar, and controlled a magic carpet. So I think it goes without saying that Marvel needs to be really careful here. The character of Captain America is of course no stranger to addressing real world issues. Take for instance the recent Falcon and Winter Soldier show with its themes on refugees and racial profiling. But still, sometimes, and in this instance, I would just cut Sabra from the movie completely personally. So moving on to other characters in the movie, 2008's Incredible Hulk was largely forgotten and almost felt excluded from the MCU, given the events of the film were barely mentioned in future movies. Not helped was the recast of Ed Norton Norton to Mark Ruffalo, and General Ross not appearing in another MCU project again until 8 years later in Captain America Civil War. It wasn't until the She-Hulk series that characters and events from that movie started to feel included again, with strong references to the events of the movie and the return of the Abomination and actor Tim Roth. It was already announced that Tim Blake Nelson will be back as Samuel Stearns, who was teased to be a famous Hulk villain The Leader back in the 2008 movie, as well as Liv Tyler's Betty Ross, daughter of General Ross, and of course Bruce Banner's love interest. Sadly, William Hurt passed away in 2022, so General Ross will now be played by Harrison Ford. The reason for bringing in such an A-list actor for the role was expected to be so that he can play the character of the Red Hulk, General Ross's famous alter ego, as long expected to be the main villain of the film. To add even more fuel to this fire, a crew member has reportedly been photographed with the logo on his jacket. Ford's version of Ross is also rumoured to be playing the President of the United States in the movie as well. Originally, insiders were saying that this could be a sort of mini Avengers movie that would bring together the new lineup of the Avengers in the MCU going forward. With all of the rewrites and changes going on, that wasn't clear if that was still the case, but recent rumours as only of a week ago say that during the upcoming reshoots, the characters of Shang-Chi, Captain Marvel, She-Hulk and Moon Knight may all appear in the film. It was also naturally speculated that regular Hulk himself may appear given his links to the other characters in the movie and to help Cap fight other Hulks. More on that later. But Daniel Richman, the reputable leaker who I mentioned earlier, however, has said he believes none of these characters would appear in the movie.
Hulk sad!
I think personally, one of the reasons for Marvel changing the plans of the new Avengers type characters being introduced is the ripple effect of the constantly changing plans for Avengers 5 and 6, brought on by the Jonathan Majors situation and if they would still be using Kang or not going forward. So what's going on with Seth frickin' Rollins? Role in the movie? Well, nothing, apparently. He could be out of the movie altogether. For those who don't know, Seth frickin' Rollins is one of the biggest stars in WWE and their current World Heavyweight Champion. He's also the husband of the man Becky Lynch, another huge WWE superstar. I bring her up because, well, she's hot, duh, I want to put her in my video. But mainly because she also had a Marvel movie appearance scrapped too. Becky Lynch was believed to be making a cameo appearance in a post-credit scene for the Eternals movie. This was of course scrapped, and instead we got a cameo appearance from another wrestler named Harry AJ Styles. See what I did here? Marvel has never commented on why they cut Big Time Bex from the film, but insider reports were keen to know that her performance had nothing to do with the role being cut from the movie. Allegedly, she would have been part of an ending that they scrapped for being too depressing. I mean, to be fair, it's already a pretty bleak universe and half of it just came back from disappearing for 5 years. So back to the man's man, Seth Rollins. He had shot scenes for the Cap movie and was rumoured to be playing a villain named King Cobra. I mean, from this set photo, he looks more like he's going to be playing another variant of Loki, to be honest. So, who is King Cobra, you ask? His real name is Klaus Voorhees, secret brother of Jason. I'm kidding, of course. The character first appeared in Marvel Comics back in November of 1963's Journey into Mystery. There is also an enemy of Moon Knight which goes by the name of Cobra, which adds the speculation of Moon Knight's cameo in the film. Marvel has been known to merge different villains and characters together in the past, for example MODOK.
As far as I'm concerned, that's America's ass.
So he could be a blend of different Cobra characters. And you'll see what I mean with the character's origin story, that it lines up with the expected storyline of Harrison Ford's General Ross trying to make more Hulks and super soldiers, hence how he ends up becoming the Red Hulk. King Cobra's official backstory in the comics is that he was an ex-con who then got a job as a lab assistant, working with a professor to find a cure for different venomous snake bites. In an attempt to claim credit for creating the cure, Klaus planned to kill the professor. He attempted to stage an accident, freeing one of the Cobra snakes and then provoking it to bite both him and the professor. What Klaus didn't realise, however, was that because of the other experiments the professor had done, the snakes were... The professor died, but Klaus survived given the fact that he had taken the experimental venom antidote. The combination of this antidote and the radioactivity caused him to basically have a Peter Parker situation, but obviously giving him snake-like powers instead of spider ones. His powers include having extremely flexible bones, which essentially cannot break. He can slither quickly across surfaces. He can contort his body to fit through tiny spaces, and just like a Cobra, can wrap himself around somebody and apply a vice-like grip. Get yourself a girl who can wrap her legs around you like the King Cobra can, you know what I mean? He eventually becomes a founding member of the House of Slytherin.
Not Slytherin.
Oh yeah, sorry, no, not Slytherin. I mean the Serpent Society. A group of other snake-powered people and, I don't know, probably some snake enthusiasts who just want to be there. He eventually becomes the leader of the group and starts calling himself King Cobra.
You're king.
He went on to battle the likes of Thor, Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Captain America. I just remember while editing this, Indiana Jones, of course, terrified of snakes. Harrison Ford versus the Serpent Society? Come on, you gotta give me a joke about that in the movie.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
But the latest word on the street is that the whole Serpent Society storyline has been axed from the movie completely. Ex-user @CanWeGetToast, who is known for their Marvel leaks online, appeared to confirm these rumours too. They also revealed that the specific Serpent Society, I can't even say that sober, let alone 5 times while drunk. Specific Serpent Society scenes that were cut from the movie included an action sequence similar to the opening of The Winter Soldier, where Cap and Black Widow rescued captured SHIELD agents. Funnily enough, in the same year Winter Soldier came out, 2014, Marvel announced their slate of Phase 3 movies that of course included 2016's Captain America Civil War. Serpent Society was used as the fake title before the reveal that it was actually a Civil War movie.
I'm having buyer's remorse on that Serpent Society subtitle for Captain America 3. It feels like there must be a better title somewhere.
When asked if he was playing King Cobra in the movie, Seth Rollins has always been like,
I can neither confirm nor deny.
He said,
And I quote,
"Nope, can't do that. Can't tell you nothing about that. It was a really good experience and I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think our audience is going to love it. I think their audience is going to love it. So it was a cool crossover to be able to jump into some totally different skin and try a new thing out for me." I see what he's doing there, like shedding skin, wearing a new one. You're telling me you ain't playing King Cobra? Yeah, right. I was personally really looking forward to seeing Seth in Cap 4, so I really hope he does end up still being in it. It's always really cool as a wrestling fan when you end up seeing a wrestler just randomly pop up in a movie. And that is why in one of my videos coming up, we're going to be taking a look at times that wrestlers have appeared in movies. So make sure you subscribe and hit that wrestling bell so you don't miss this.
Could you Gremlins in this theater now? Okay, you guys, listen up. People paid good money to see this movie. When they go out to a theater, they want cold sodas, hot popcorn, and no monsters in the projection booth. Do I have to come up there myself? Do you think the Grimsters can stand up to the hostess? Well, if I were you, I'd run the rest of Gremlins too, right now. Sorry, folks. It won't happen again.
Make sure you drop a like too, leave a comment down below so you can let me know what you thought of this video. It always genuinely makes my day when I see that one of you has hit that subscribe button and my count goes up even by 1. It helps your boy get one step closer to hitting 1,000. We're going to get that subscriber goal soon. Take care, mates, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.
I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know.